Welcome to Green Autism, everybody. Now, there is a very serious issue going on right now in the autism community that affects the majority of people in it, and that issue is suicide. It's a rampant problem in the autism community. Over 66% of people with autism have had thoughts of suicide at least once in their life. Suicide is the third leading cause of premature death in adolescents with autism. Third leading premature, guys. And one of the most telling statistics I found was people with autism are 8 to 9 times more likely than their neurotypical counterparts to actually die by suicide. I should know. I have autism and I am a suicide survivor. I experienced suicidal thoughts on and off from when I was about 11 years old up until I was 18, I believe. You heard me right. 11 years old. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a massive problem in the autism community. It affects a lot of us, including me. And I used to hate myself for being on the autism spectrum because I was different than everyone else. Now I love myself and I love being autistic because I'm different from everyone else. And now I want to use my extraordinary mind that I used to hate so much to help people like me on the spectrum suffering from what I once suffered through in suicidal thoughts. AKA, welcome to Green Autism, guys. Now, Green Autism is right now, Green Autism is a non-profit social media campaign managed by one person, yours truly. But I have a lot of big dreams for this. As you can see, first link in the description below. I have a website. It took me a while to make this. Sometimes I loved it, and sometimes I would be completely finished with it and just hate the look of it and just scrap it. So this took a while to do. But anyway, I created a website to be a safe place for people on the spectrum to go when they are experiencing thoughts of self-harm or mental health crises or, yes, suicidal thoughts, and get some advice from me, a fellow autistic who has experienced multiple suicidal crises myself. Currently, we have pages that help for mental health tips, self-harm, and suicide, and for those experiencing suicidal thoughts. We also are working on multiple projects right now. On change.com, we have a petition. Second link in the description below, I'm sorry. And it's basically a public message to anyone on the autism spectrum considering suicide. Suicide is not the solution. For those of you watching, feel free to sign the petition and maybe leave a nice comment to whoever's reading in the comment section of the petition. You never know. Your kind words could really help someone. Now, we are working on a couple other projects. One of them that's in the beginning stages right now is Project Suicide Proof. And that's basically just going around. That's basically a community thing I've started working on, where we're going to try to change a lot of things in community. You know, like adding blue streetlights, which are scientifically proven to help reduce suicides and crime too. I'm going to try to get the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, number listed on the back of all student IDs. We're going to try to go to places that are possible or frequent suicide spots and just, like zip tie wonderful messages there and do what we can as a community to stop suicide. We also have a couple of social media hashtags I've started using. First one I created, hashtag give Aspies a chance. And, autism has gotten a pretty bad rap because it's like it's not often realized how much Aspies have actually changed the world. Like many of history's greatest people, Thomas Jefferson, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Emily Dickinson, have been alleged to have been on the spectrum. Even people now like Greta Thunberg. I apologize heavily. I'm not good with names, but she's technically on the autism spectrum, Asperger's, and she was just voted Times Person of the Year last year. That's why I want to use the hashtag Give Aspies a Chance to showcase the good we can do, both on a grand scale, something like this, or bigger, or like something individual, like our personal goals that we've achieved. Our other social media hashtag we have using is hashtag Redefined Autism. See, the definition of autism was written by the hands of a neurotypical, not the hands of a person with autism. And this has opened the door for countless stereotypes to come along with autism. I mean, you just look up hashtag autism on social media and it's filled with stereotypes. But this time, using this hashtag, we as autistics will define ourselves, share our stories, and finally break away the hurtful stereotypes that shadow us. I focus heavily on with these two statistics on breaking the stereotypes about autism because that is one of the things that causes a lot of problems for us, which can lead, I know it did in my case, to serious suicidal thoughts. But we do have one big main goal, kind of a two-parter main goal really, with the autism thing, green autism thing. I apologize. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been on camera, and I'm not a camera speaker, as you guys know from a few other times you saw me a couple months ago. But for green autism, like I said, right now it's just a social media campaign, but one day I hope to turn this into an actual non-profit organization dedicated to, preventing suicide in people with autism. I believe heavily in this cause. I believe I can do it. I believe that with help, we can all save lives together. Now, since right now we are not an official non-profit organization, I don't feel comfortable, nor do I even think it's really legal to ask for donations. So, here's what we're going to do. On my website, I have a tab where you click it, it says shop, and it'll take you to a Spreadshirt merchandise store we have. And that way, we can raise funds for green autism without having to solicit donations, because like I said, I wouldn't be comfortable asking for donations since I'm not legally a non-profit. It's just one guy at the moment. But I believe we can grow. I want to make green autism massive, guys. I want to have fundraisers, have volunteers, make it a legal non-profit organization. And then the biggest goal I have for green autism is, see, when I was doing research in preparation for launching this, which, by the way, green autism is a couple years in the making. I've been working on this for years, actually. I came across something called the Trans Lifeline, which is a lifeline for people, transgender people, manned by fellow transgender people. And it gave me the idea to do something like this for people with autism. So our main goal is to obviously raise money, become a non-profit. Let me rephrase that. Our main goal is to stop suicide in people with autism. How are we going to do that? We're going to become a non-profit through raising of funds through merch, and then above all else, business-wise, we are going to build our own crisis hotline for people with autism, and I want it to be at least partially manned by people with autism, or at the very least of that, people who have been around people with autism and, have experience. I really believe in the cause. I'm sorry I've been all over the place with my words in this one, guys. I'm just so excited, and like I said, not a cameraman. Oh, one more thing. To my social media users, every morning I am going to be posting a new mental health tip. Right now it's a series called Morning Archery, which I'm not too big on the name, but I wanted something like Mornings with Matthew, but that's already taken by something else. So every day I'm going to upload a new mental health trick on my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube. And yeah, welcome to Green Autism, guys. If you are autistic and you feel you need some some advice, feel free to check out my website. All the advice is completely free. I'm not a super professional or anything like that, but I offer my advice because I think I can, really do some good. Like, when I was suicidal, hated the world around me, hated myself. But then I realized, if I hate the world around me so much, I shouldn't just leave it. I need to build a better world for all of us, brick by brick, piece by piece. Thank you for watching, guys. Welcome to Green Autism. Have a great day.